Hello, everyone. So, a lot of people have been asking me to talk about this MAPHRA artist, and I know she's really blowing up. She just put out a song 3 days ago. I guess it's a cover, and it's got a million views already. Like, holy shit! So she's doing really, really well, and yeah. So let's check out this new cover. I'll break down some things vocally, and we'll talk about stuff, shall we? Now, it's important for me to mention that I don't know what this band is. I don't know what this song is. Don't know much about any of this. That's kind of what's fun about it. I'll say right out of the gate, I saw the first kind of cover that she did that blew up, and it was really cool. I kind of didn't like it at first because of the big dichotomy between like the really heavy and then the light and the really heavy, and then I started really loving her vocal distortion and the way it sounded. But the funny thing I'll mention right out of the gate is that one of the shitty things about the internet is that if you come out with a look or a lighting or a setup or the way that your videos look, you better like doing it, because if it blows up, you're gonna have to fucking do it over and over again. So in terms of her makeup and the lighting and the way that she did the background, now she's kind of stuck with that. Like, you can't change it now. You did that. So a lot of people think that these covers are like done live. Most of the time they're not. This is most likely playback, as the first one was, which isn't me calling anybody out. It's just that us musicians tend to work on things sometimes in our underpants, and then when it comes to like actually having to make a video, man, it's too hard to try to do all this stuff at the same time all the time and look good at the same time. So this stuff's playback. This isn't her actually singing, or maybe now she's trying to push that, but let's just keep that stuff in mind. We're still going to break it down. There's still great stuff here. Let's continue.
Vertigo in your arms. 1 second you hate me, then it's false alarm. That's just what you always do every time. Watch me when I break and say it's paradise.
The mic sounds kind of weird this time, but one of the cool things, I was just talking to a student recently about, the singing accent. Da, 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 da. There's something special happening there in terms of singing that may be a choice or might just be found over time. It was definitely found over time for me, where you're rounding out the vocals and you're rounding out the resonance in the mouth. Now you can push that to the furthest extreme, where it's going to become like opera, like this, which tends to kind of lose meaning to me, because yeah, it's harder to be yourself through that filter when you're making especially more normal music that's not opera based, etc. But yeah, there's a special thing she's doing there which definitely adds a lot of color and uniqueness. Dun, 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 like this.
Set my body aflame. Lock me up.
Set my body aflame. Body aflame. The more you can enunciate, the more you tend to lose that singing quality, and it kind of sucks. So again, set my body aflame.
And close the door when it rains. Maybe it's my fault I put you up so high. Darling, I think you can make the devil cry. And I've been waiting for the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care.
So another cool thing, man, that she does, I heard in the first video, is that she's putting a lot of emotional sounds into this, whether she's thinking about that or whether she just can connect to this stuff emotionally. Again, I've said before, like, if you're always connecting to things emotionally all the time, you're going to make your life really difficult. But we all want to imagine that people are, very emotionally, like, she's really singing it from her heart. But again, if you have to go on stage and do it over and over again, it's very difficult. And somebody that's been on tour trying to really sell the emotion of my songs, I know how fucking exhausting that can be. So, but yeah, you can really hear this cry sound that she puts into things. Oh, and then her face really shows up in terms of that emotion as well. This one's definitely, I feel like they color corrected this and made it more ghostly in terms of the video.
How can you stand and watch?
Well, I gotta listen to that again. Watch.
And watch while I'm breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close, got my head right out of my body.
man, that's such a great chorus. Immediately, I was waiting to see if she was going to go super heavy, but such a beautiful, beautiful chorus. Again, I don't know the song, so it makes me probably kind of a dick because I should watch the actual video or listen to the actual song, right?
Breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close. Got my head right out my body, tearing off my skin just to let you in. Isn't it a bit unethical? Got me on my knees, have you any mercy every time you?
Again, dropping into that deeper feminine mercy, that deeper part of her voice. And then again, here we'd even see in the pause that there's that emotional. Hey, if you want to learn more about your voice and you want to learn more how to do the kind of stuff she's doing or the stuff she did in the first video, which was really heavy and distorted, click the link in my bio and you can find out a whole bunch more about your voice.
Hurt me, baby. Tell me, have I not given you enough? If you ever love me, let me go. I don't know what it is. Got me wrapped around your core.
So another thing that makes a really great song and makes these things so compelling, and she's doing a really good job of lifting things up in terms of letting them breathe and then putting them back down. And every really great song usually has, whether it just builds to a crescendo, you know, like there's songs that don't follow a formula, but a lot of songs that are really great, solos that are really great, things like that, breathe. They have time to go like this, and you can really tell how and it really kind of sits you back down. So then it kind of gives you that space to kind of keep calming. I remember the first time I saw what was that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, The Resident or The Revenant? Yeah, The Revenant, The Resident. The Revenant, and how much that film would build this intensity, and then it would give you these just big, grand, beautiful landscapes to kind of look at with just wind and stuff. And you kind of had these moments of fucking intensity, and then you would just be kind of like that. And I don't know if anybody remembers that, but man, I went to the theater to watch that. That shit was intense. Okay, here we go.
Fingertips, maybe it's my fault I can't.
She said fingertips. Fingertips.
You cold fingertips, maybe it's my fault I can't.
Oh, that's such a good thing to learn from again. Fingertips, tips. Every single time I say to somebody, think everything vertical. Everything goes down in a line. We never have a reason to go this way. We always go fingertips. The higher you go, the more important it becomes. Fingertips, fing. Everything has to go like this. And then again, when you get that feeling and you understand that feeling, it becomes more and more important, and it becomes more enjoyable to sing, actually.
Walk away. Maybe I just started feeling a little shame. Oh, I've been waiting on the
Shame. What was that again?
a little shame.
Shame. That was really nice.
Oh, I've been waiting on the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. Can you
Again,
stand
let's
it?
hear that. Let's hear that emotion in "Are You?" again. Whether she's thinking about this stuff or not, she's doing it very, very well.
Never sorry, are you?
Are you? Just a little bit of that enunciation. Are you? Comes in there and really adds that sad sound.
No, you don't even care. Can you stand in words? While I'm breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close. Got my head right out my body, tearing off my skin just to let you in. Isn't it a bit unethical? Got me on my knees, have you any mercy every time you hurt me, baby?
Right. Okay. So it's worth mentioning here too, not to go on one of these rants, but I do tend to do that. It is my channel after all. So, man, I started seeing just. I first saw part of her cover on Instagram. Then I started watching it, and like I said, I kind of was in and out. I didn't completely fall in love with it right away, and then I did, and then I got addicted to just hearing that sound, as many of us have. Then I started seeing the negative comments rolling in, just pouring, and people bitching and complaining. This is overdone. This is overproduced. And it's amazing how nobody can have any kind of success, especially a female, without people just shitting all over them. This is an empowering thing to see a woman in a very male-dominated world, in a very male-dominated society, industry, I should say, having success like this and really just getting a lot of viral hits and a lot of attention. And I think it's a great thing to see. And then she did a couple shows, and people were just like, "Oh my God, she can't do it live. She doesn't sound good live." And it's like, has anybody have enough empathy, or they have enough compassion to understand what it would be like to be a person on the internet doing something you kind of love or you enjoy, and then all of a sudden fucking skyrocketing to millions and millions of views and having these huge bands have you on stage? I don't know if anybody recognizes, and it's part of learning vocals, how there's singing in a studio, singing in your car, singing in your house, and then there's holy fucking shit singing on stage, professional equipment, in-ears, all this kind of stuff, and the difficulty of that, not in just hearing yourself, but the physical adrenaline, the way that you do and don't hear yourself, the way that you feel your voice. There's so much to learn in terms of these things. And again, it's amazing how people just want to get jealous, and they want to get envious, and they just want to jump and shit all over people. I don't think that's helping anything in the world. I really try to keep breeding positivity or breeding love and appreciation, especially when it comes to other musicians and stuff. And a lot of times, if I don't like something, I just move on. Like, what are you doing if you're sitting there just like, it doesn't make any sense. Go do something productive. If you ever love me, let me go. Let me go. I'll let you go. If you let me go. Oh, this music, man, is really nice. I love that she almost dug into that note. She could have just went for that, but I love that she just held back a little bit. But yeah, I love music like this, and I've always wanted to make more and more music that's cinematically beautiful with strings and things like that. I was very inspired by the first time I saw Lord of the Rings and heard those big landscapes of music. I've been waiting on the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. How can you stand and watch while I'm breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close? Come on, right out my body, tearing off my skin just to let you in. It's not a bit unethical. Whew. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. The first cover I heard, she was really using a lot of false chord. And it was, again, that's what I kind of didn't like about it at first, and then I really ended up, like I said, loving it. But if we back up here, she's doing better in this song, I think, of just adding a little bit of grit, just adding a little bit of dirt, and then kind of backing off, and just adding, and it kind of, I don't know, I like that better. And as a vocal teacher, as a vocalist myself, I think it's more effective and more, at least, advantageous to chase after starting to get this sandpaper thing and then back it off, instead of just kind of having distortion, no distortion, distortion, no distortion, because that tends to be more a false chord thing. Yeah, 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 like this. But let's back it up, because that was really tremendous. Breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close. Come on, right out my body, tearing off my skin just to let you in. It's not a bit unethical. Got me on my knees, have you any mercy every time you hurt me, baby? Tell me if I'm not giving you enough. If you ever love me, let me go. Jesus Christ. Man, she really did the end of that really terrific, didn't she? It's like full on goosebumps. She really tapped into the emotion there, and I felt that too, and I don't even know the goddamn song. Let's back up one more time. Got me on my knees, have you any mercy every time you hurt me, baby? Tell me if I'm not giving you enough. If you ever love me, let me don't even know if that's worth trying to talk about and breaking down. I just respect what she just did, and I respect what I just heard, and that was really great. I love how she went over the one there with Baby, because she actually kind of slowed it down, and she was actually sitting the song down at the end there. But yeah, like I said, that actually hit me right in the feels. I think if anybody keeps putting up Instagram versions of the song and stuff, they'll probably tap right into the end there where all of us got hit in the feels. Again, if you want to learn more about your voice, you can click on the link in the description, and I'll be happy to teach you how to do stuff like this and hopefully affect people like this, like I was affected here. She did a great job. Let's all just come together and hopefully love and appreciate each other and stop shitting on each other. If you are coming up with more reasons to get online and shit on people, why don't you just go do something more productive, right? Okay, bye.